We had discussed that sine function on its actual domain R is not one-to-one, therefore not invertible. So we restricted the domain of the function to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and we found its inverse. Now in a similar manner, cosine function is from R to the closed interval minus 1 to 1, defined by cos x is equal to y. So first, let's plot the graph of cosine function. Let's take few points. When x is 0, y will be cos 0, which is 1. When x is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 will be 0. When x is minus pi by 2, again y will be 0, because we know that cos of minus theta is same as cos theta. Cos of pi is minus 1, cos of minus pi will be again minus 1, cos 3 pi by 2 will be 0, cos 2 pi is 1, cos 5 pi by 2 is 0. Now let's plot these points on the graph paper. First point is 0, 1, which is here. Next is pi by 2, 0 here, minus pi by 2, 0 here, pi, minus 1 here, minus pi, minus 1 here, 3 pi by 2, 0 here, 2 pi, 1 here, and 5 pi by 2, 0. Let's join these points. You will get something like this. So this is the graph of the cosine function. Now from the table and from the graph, you can see cos of minus pi by 2, cos pi by 2, cos 3 pi by 2, cos 5 pi by 2. At all these points, the value of the function is 0. So in particular, if I see cos of pi by 2 is equal to cos 3 pi by 2, which is equal to 0. So here, at distinct points, the function has the same value. So distinct elements do not have distinct images, so therefore function is not one-to-one. So here cosine function is not one-to-one, therefore it is not a bijection, and because it is not a bijection, therefore cosine function is not invertible. Therefore cos inverse does not exist when the domain is R. That means on this domain the function is not one-to-one, therefore cosine function here is not invertible. So we have seen that on this domain cos function is not invertible. So what we do, suppose I restrict my domain to the interval 0 to pi. In this interval, this is the branch of the cos function. Now in this part, the function will be one-to-one because distinct elements will have distinct images. And also, function is taking all the values from minus 1 to 1. That means range is equal to the codomain. So function is both one-to-one and onto when I restrict the domain to the closed interval 0 to pi. So here the function will be invertible and I can talk of inverse of cos. Similarly, if I take this branch, that is from pi to 2 pi, closed interval pi to 2 pi, this. Again in this closed interval, the cos function will be both one-to-one and onto, so it will be invertible in the interval pi to 2 pi. Now amongst all such intervals where the cos function is one-to-one and onto, I prefer this interval 0 to pi, which we call as principal value branch. So, when I restrict the domain of cos function to the closed interval 0 to pi to the closed interval -1 to 1, that is, domain is the closed interval 0 to pi and codomain is the closed interval -1 to 1. The cos function now is both 1 to 1 and onto, and therefore it will be invertible. And yes, we learned that when f is from a to b, then f inverse will be from b to a. So cos function from this set to this set is invertible. So cos inverse will be from this to this. That is from the closed interval -1 to 1 to the closed interval 0 to pi. And we know that under the inverse function, every element of this set will be associated with its pre-image under the function cos. So cos inverse y is equal to x, where x is the pre-image of y under the function cos. So this should imply that cos x is equal to y. Pre-image of y is x under the function cos. Now, as we did in case of sine function, here also cos inverse cos x will be equal to x, because we know that f inverse of fx, that is f inverse, change this to bracket fx. Now we know that composition of any function with its inverse is an identity function. So this is an identity function, and under the identity function, image of x will be x. So here this is your f and this is your f inverse. So f inverse of fx is equal to x, and this x should come from the domain of cos, which is the closed interval 0 to pi. So cos inverse cos x is equal to x for all x which belong to the closed interval 0 to pi. Similarly, cos of cos inverse x will be equal to x, because f of f inverse x is equal to x, because composition of a function with its inverse is an identity function. So image of x will be equal to x, and this x should belong to the domain of cos inverse, which is the closed interval -1 to 1. So cos of cos inverse x is equal to x for all x which belong to the closed interval -1 to 1. And here this interval is called the principal value branch. That is, the closed interval 0 to pi is the principal value branch of cos inverse function. Now similarly, tan function on this restricted domain. The actual domain of tan function is r minus odd multiples of pi by 2, where n belongs to z. On this actual domain, the tan function is not 1 to 1, so I cannot talk of its inverse. So we restrict the domain of tan function to the open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 to r, the codomain. Tan x is equal to y. On this restricted domain, the tan function is both 1 to 1 and onto, and hence invertible. That means tan inverse will exist, and tan inverse will be a function from r to this, that is from r to the open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And tan inverse y will be equal to x. Every element will be associated with its pre-image under the function tan. So if tan inverse y is equal to x, this means that x is the pre-image of y under the function tan. And this should imply tan x is equal to y. Pre-image of y is x under the function tan. So remember this, tan inverse y equals to x implies tan x is equal to y. And here this interval, that is the open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, is called the principal value branch for tan inverse function. Now again, tan inverse of tan x will be equal to x because the composition of these two functions will be an identity function. So image of x will be equal to x. This x should come from the domain of tan, which is the open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So tan inverse tan x is equal to x for all x which belong to this open interval. And similarly, tan of tan inverse x will be equal to x, and here this x will come from the domain of tan inverse, which is R. So tan of tan inverse x will be equal to x for all x which belong to R. Now for cot function, actual domain of cot function is R minus n pi, where n belongs to z. On this domain, cot function is not one-to-one, so cot inverse will not exist. So we restrict the domain of cot function to this open interval 0 to pi. So cot function from 0 to pi to R, defined by cot x is equal to y, is both one-to-one and onto, therefore a bijection and hence invertible. So here on this restricted domain, cot inverse will exist. So cot inverse will be from R to this, that is from R to the open interval 0 to pi. And again, every element of this set will be associated with its pre-image under the function cot. So when I write cot inverse y is equal to x, so this will imply cot x is equal to y. Here, this open interval 0 to pi is the principal value branch for cot inverse function. And also, cot inverse of cot x will be equal to x. This x will come from the domain of cot, which is the open interval 0 to pi. Also, cot of cot inverse x will be equal to x. X will come from the domain of cot inverse, which is R. So, cot of cot inverse x is equal to x for all x which belong to R. Now, for the cosecant function, actual domain of the cosecant function is R minus n pi, where n belongs to z. On this domain, cosecant function is not one-to-one, so it will not be invertible. So in order to make cosecant function invertible, I restrict the domain to this part. That is the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0 to R minus the open interval minus 1 comma 1. This is the range of the cosecant function. Now when I define cosecant function from this to this, it is a bijection, that is both one-to-one and onto, and hence invertible. So cos inverse will be a function from this to this, R minus the open interval minus 1 to 1 to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0. Cosecant inverse y is equal to x implies cosecant x is equal to y, because y will be associated with its pre-image under the function cosecant. So y has to be the preimage of x under the function cosecant. So here this is called as the principal value branch. And as we did earlier, cosecant inverse of cosecant x will be equal to x, where x will belong to this. And also cosecant of cosecant inverse x will be equal to x, where this x will belong to this. That is r minus the open interval minus 1 to 1. Now similarly, we restrict the domain of secant function to this. That is the closed interval 0 to pi excluding pi by 2 to r minus the open interval minus 1 to 1. On this restricted domain, the function is both 1 to 1 and onto and thus invertible. So inverse of secant will be from this to this. And secant inverse y will be equal to x. That means y will be associated to its pre-image under the function secant. So secant inverse y should be equal to x will imply secant x is equal to y. Here this interval is called the principal value branch, and again secant inverse secant x will be equal to x for all x which belong to this. And secant of secant inverse x will be equal to x for all x which belong to this set. That is r minus the open interval minus 1 to 1. So, for the 6 trigonometric functions, we had restricted their domains in such a way that the trigonometric functions become invertible. So the inverse of the 6 trigonometric functions are here. Sine inverse will be from the closed interval minus 1 to 1 to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is the domain and this is the range. And it is the principal value branch for sine inverse. Similarly for cos inverse, principal value branch is the closed interval 0 to pi. For tan inverse, it's open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For cot inverse, it's open interval 0 to pi. For cosecant inverse, it is the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0. And for secant inverse, the principal value branch is closed interval 0 to pi excluding pi by 2. And you have to keep in mind the principal value branch. It is very important. So learn them by heart.